My boyfriend introduced me to his girl best friend. Then I walked in on them being very friendly. When Theo brought Riley home, I tried to be the cool girlfriend. They'd been friends since childhood. Swim team, college roommates, the whole history. She was stunning in that effortless way that made me suddenly aware of every flaw on my own face. We're like siblings, Theo assured me. Literally zero chemistry. Riley laughed and punched his arm. God, remember when everyone thought we were dating freshman year? So gross. I forced myself to smile. They had inside jokes, shared memories, a language built from years I'd never be part of. But Theo chose me. That had to mean something. For 6 months, I swallowed my discomfort. Riley would text him at midnight, show up unannounced, call crying about breakups while Theo talked her through it for hours. You're being insecure, he said when I mentioned it. She's my best friend. So I tried harder, pretended it didn't bother me when she'd rest her head on his shoulder during movie nights. Last Tuesday, I came home early. My meeting had been canceled and I'd stopped to grab Thai food, Theo's favorite. The apartment was quiet, too quiet. I heard low voices from the bedroom and something in my stomach twisted. The door was cracked open. They weren't having sex. Somehow what I saw felt worse. Theo sat on our bed, Riley curled against his chest, his arms wrapped around her. Her hand rested on his face. They were staring at each other with an intimacy that made me feel like an intruder. We can't keep doing this, Riley whispered. I know, Theo said, but I can't lose you either. I stood frozen, the plastic bag crinkling in my hand. Riley noticed me first. She jumped back. It's not what it looks like, the classic line. Theo stood up. Let me explain. How long? I asked quietly. Nothing's happened, he insisted. We've never crossed that line. How long? Riley's eyes filled with tears. Since always, okay? Since we were 16. But we chose friendship over ruining what we had. Until I came along, I said. Theo reached for me. I love you. I do. But Riley and I, it's complicated. It's really not, I said. You're in love with her. You've always been in love with her. And I was just the placeholder until you both got brave enough to admit it. For 3 years, I'd been competing with a ghost. Except the ghost was flesh and blood, sitting in my bedroom, wearing my boyfriend's sweatshirt. Riley stood. I should go. Yeah, I agreed. You really should. After she left, Theo tried to explain how they'd convinced themselves their connection was purely platonic, how he'd been fighting his feelings for Riley for years. I never meant to hurt you, he said. But you did anyway, I replied, because hurting me was easier than being honest with yourself. I packed a bag that night, stayed with my sister. Theo called 17 times before I finally answered. Can we talk? He asked. Are you with Riley? Silence. That's what I thought. 2 months later, I saw their relationship status update. The comments were full of finally, and I always knew you two would end up together. I wasn't surprised, just tired of being the chapter in someone else's love story, the obstacle they overcame to find their happily ever after. My therapist says I dodged a bullet, that the right person won't make me feel like I'm competing for space in their heart. I'm starting to believe her, but some nights I still wonder if I would have been enough if she'd never existed.